Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name's Katie, and if you are new to my channel, hi, welcome. And if you're back, as always, welcome back. Today I'm here to share my month in review for the month of April 2022. And in these videos, which I've been doing for almost a year and a half now, I really like to just take a little bit of time to recap with you guys the different diamond paintings that I have completed throughout the previous month, if there are any fun milestones I've accomplished, and then I really enjoy looking ahead to the upcoming month to share about, what's coming as far as on the channel and diamond painting projects and whatnot. I like I said, I really enjoy doing these videos, and I really love getting to hear from you guys in the comments. What did you work on in the past month? Do you have any projects that you're really excited about, or any goals that you've met that you're really thrilled to share as well? So anyway, let's dive right into it. In this video, I'll be showing you I had a total of 3 finishes for the month of April, and I have 2 whips or works in progress going into the month of May. And I put up a total of 23 videos on YouTube, which does not include any of my Patreon vlogs or anything like that, but that does include the live that I got to do towards the end of the month with my friend Lindsay. And I really love doing lives. I wish that I could do them more often, genuinely, but I think that that's still fun that we got to do one together, and thank you to the many of you that were able to join us. Now, in case you're curious, what I have here, this is actually my paper logbook. I like to use this for tracking all of my projects on paper, and it's got all the way back to my very first projects with diamond painting. But I know lots of people like to just track their projects digitally, which I do that as well, but I love having on paper just notes that I can make as I work on a project, things that I loved about a project, things that I was kind of met on, and then like kind of the stats and stuff like that. So like it's not very fancy whatsoever, but if there was like an event that I participated in with the kit and that sort of thing. And I'm keeping track of like what number start and what number finish these particular projects were. So like overall, this kit was my 74th diamond painting finish ever and my 11th for the year 2022. But yeah, so just in case you were curious, I know lots of people have really, really beautiful and like fancy setups for their logbooks, but I'm lucky that I even managed to like keep up with this part at all. I wish I could do like the really beautiful layouts, but that's just not my calling. So I'll be just using this just for reference as we take a look at these kits together. But the first kit I have to share with you all, you already got to see a peek at. This is my first finish for the month, and this was Moon Owl Magic. Now, I did a dedicated post review for this particular kit. It's one of the first times I've ever done a dedicated post review for a Diamond Art Club kit. So if you'd like to hear me go into lots of detail about the different things that I really loved about this kit and some other like maybe thoughts for feedback I might have to share, I will link to that post review down in the description below. Feel free to take a look. It's very, very shiny. I'm getting indirect light from the outside, and this has Diamond Art Club's new square drills, and so that's why you're seeing this like incredible shine. It makes these kits a little tricky to take pictures of sometimes, but my gosh, the sparkle and shine is so worth it. To give you a quick rundown of the stats, so this kit was 51 by 51 centimeters, it had 43 colors, and it had square drills like I just mentioned. Absolutely beautiful. The diamonds were amazing quality. The drills fit together beautifully. I love the color shifts and gradients. I'm a huge fan of Diamond Art Club's rendering style, and I think they did such a lovely job with Chris Bug as the artist for this kit, with Chris Bug's artwork and translating it into diamond painting. This I started on the first of the month and participated in the Halfway to Halloween diamond painting non-event. It was kind of a diamond paint along that my friends Jamie and Jacqueline over on Instagram put together. You've likely have heard me share about it already, but it was just this really fun little chance to work on Halloween themed kits and maybe use Halloween themed accessories without having to wait until Halloween rolls around again. So I loved getting to be a part of that and pulling out one of these spooky kits. And I worked on this for a little bit, and then I ended up spending a really big chunk of time on my cross stitch conversion project. And so I actually then, took almost an entire week off from this kit partway through, came back to it and finished it on April 19th. This was my first finish for the month of April. It was my 11th finish for the year, and it worked up pretty quickly when I actually sat down to work on it because I had a really good amount of color blocking. There was some confetti here and there, but honestly, it worked up it worked up nicely. That is my very first finish for the month. This was Moon Owl Magic. I'm going to move this off to the side and pull out my next finish. My next finish here, oh my goodness, you guys, this is the incredibly beautiful Rebirth Awaits. This is also from Diamond Art Club, and while I normally try to mix it up and not necessarily work on two kits in a row from the same company, this was the exception. Diamond Art Club had a really big 4th anniversary celebration where they released a ton of kits here at the end of April, and this was one of the kits I was sent a sneak peek. It's from one of my very favorite artists since they licensed with, Raven Phelan, and I had gotten it in early enough that I was like, I'm going to try to work on this a bit before it actually releases, and then I can include a clip of how it looks and whatnot with that sneak peek video. And I actually ended up finishing it before the sneak peek video went up. So if you're having some deja vu and thinking I've seen this kit before, if you've watched that video, then yes, you have seen this kit completed. Look at that shine on those diamonds. Oh my goodness. So the stats for this kit, this was 51 by 71 centimeters, has 41 colors and square diamonds. Like I said, it's from Diamond Art Club and the artist Raven Phelan, and I love the themes in this piece so much. The phoenix symbolizes rebirth and new life, and this phoenix in particular is really styled almost like a peacock, and I love all the hints of color that we have in the midst of like all these glowy yellows, oranges, and reds. We have these amazing bits of color like at the ends of the feathers here, like these kind of peacock eyes there. So beautiful, including a really lovely light blue, almost teal aqua AB. This kit worked up really quickly, to be honest with you. I finished it in a little less than a week. There was lots of color blocking involved. You can see like a lot of those color gradients and color shifts from like the dark coming into the phoenix itself. I did point out, I think in that sneak peek video where I kind of did a mini post review as well, that there were a couple of odd like color patches here. I've already chatted with Diamond Art Club about it and let them know about that, and they're aware of probably why that happened the way that it did. I'm still thinking I may go back in and kind of change how this has been blended a little bit, or maybe just swap out the color entirely. You can tell what that's supposed to be when you look at the original artwork, but it just didn't quite translate perfectly to diamond painting form, but that's really okay. That's not unusual. I think it's hard when you're looking at like a digital rendering to know exactly how it's going to look with diamonds down. But this was such a joy to work on, and really it was one of those special pieces that it was just really neat to get to work on a little bit in secret. I didn't share progress pictures or anything like that as I went because I was keeping this one quiet until the release actually went live. But I really love how this turned out. I'm a huge fan of how Diamond Art Club renders Raven Phelan's artwork, and I think that they're a beautiful match. And as far as I know, this kit was not limited edition, and so I think it may have sold out by the time this video has gone up, but I will be sure to link to the listing. As long as it hasn't been changed to limited edition or anything like that, you should be able to sign up for restock notifications for through your email. I think that this is a really, really gorgeous kit and totally worth adding to your collection. So this was my 12th finish of the year, my second finish of the month of April, and my 75th finish overall. So this was Rebirth Awaits. I'm going to move this one off to the side and pull up my next finish for you guys. Now, I finished that last kit with a few months to spare in the month, and so I thought I'm going to dig into my stash and pull out maybe a snack size diamond painting kit to see if I can squeeze in a finish before the end of the month. So this is the absolutely adorable Totoro. This is from Die Moon Shop or DIY Moon Shop. The artist for this piece is Sybil Art. It is a nice little snack size at 30 by 43 inches. It's little. It has 45 colors though, which is a good amount of colors for something that is this small. And I got this in round drills. Now, Diamond Shop did last spring, late spring, early summer. They began releasing their kits with some upgrades involved. And this is from before those upgrades. Kind of the main way that you can tell the difference is that the pre-upgrades and pre-changes kits do not have a legend attached to the canvas itself. Instead, they have what a lot of us refer to as a walking legend. And I go ahead and I tape my walking legend for my older DIY Moonshop kits on the back page in my logbook of, the page that they're attached to. So I can just have that handy just in case. But like I said, this had 43 colors and the round drills. Now, one of the kickers is that sometimes an issue that they ran into with their older round drills is that sometimes the quality was a little bit inconsistent. Now, all of the drills in this kit, all the different colors in this kit, the quality on the drills was amazing except for one. And in one of the drill colors, it was this paler yellow here. There's quite a lot of it throughout the kit, to be honest with you. But I kept running into issues. It's really hard to see on the canvas itself. I'll do a full dedicated post review and show you the drills in the tray. But a lot of those diamonds had this like extra pooled plastic or resin or something around the base. And what that meant is that there really wasn't enough space. I think this is probably, this is kind of an example up here. You can see where it's wanting to pop. I have sealed this. I'll talk more about that in just a minute. But where, I'm going to mess up the sealing if I'm not careful. I'll have to reseal that. But it's not wanting to fit neatly in this grid because of that. And so I could, here's the thing. So let me give this caveat. I absolutely could have contacted Diamond Shop and requested replacements and they would have sent them to me. Like totally, hands down, would not have been a problem. But I'm a spaz. I really, really wanted to have this finished and checked off my list before the end of the month. And so instead I sat and I painstakingly picked around and tried to pull the drills from this color that were good enough quality to place and that wouldn't pop. But I was still so worried about popping, and apparently with good reason, that I was like, I'm going to go ahead and seal this. And so I used the Minwax Polycrylic, which I think is the one that tends to be most often recommended by different diamond painters. This was actually the first time I've used it on a kit. I've been testing out a couple of different sealers on my cross-stitch conversion project, but this is the first time that I was able to get my hands on that particular sealer and use it on this kit, and it is absolutely my favorite of the different sealers that I have tried, so I will highly recommend it. I'll link to it on Amazon as well. And if you're curious about how to seal a diamond painting, I'm not gonna have a video on that anytime super soon, because up until this point, I've literally never sealed a diamond painting. I haven't had, enough of an issue with diamonds to worry about it. And so I don't feel like I have quite enough experience to be able to justify doing a tutorial on that yet, but hopefully soon, and hopefully I'll be able to confidently share, like, this is the sealer I use, this is how I recommend using it. But most companies, especially if you're getting kits that are licensed artwork and it's from a reputable company, the glue quality and the drill quality is going to be good enough that you're not going to have to worry about sealing to begin with. But I think that could still be helpful for if you end up in a situation like this where you're like, I just don't want to wait for replacement diamonds or something like that. I don't know if this was the right call to go that route, but it's what I ended up doing because I thought it's okay. I'm not planning to display this in my home. This is a smaller kit. This can kind of be an experiment for myself anyway. So enough about that. Let me talk about what I loved about this kit. First, how adorable is this artwork? I really, really love Diamond Shop's, their rendering process that they had with sort of their pre-upgrades. They had really ironed out a lot of the kinks with that, and they're in the process of kind of working out some of the kinks with their rendering process with kind of their new manufacturer and whatnot. I think that they'll get back to this place, but it's a more light-handed rendering style. I feel like you tend to have a lot more confetti, but it tends to be a really, really close interpretation of the original artwork. And especially with a piece like this that has a very much watercolory effect, I think that it is just perfection. I I love, like, Diamond Shop has this particular thing that they do, and I have a lot of kits that they've done this, where up close you look and there will be a couple of spots of this bright coral diamond in here. Sometimes it'll be like a bright magenta, and up close you go, what in the world is that color doing there? That doesn't make sense to me. There's some in Totoro's face as well. But when you pull back and look at it on the whole, those colors disappear into the image, and all of a sudden it makes perfect sense. I don't know what sorcery is happening, but this is very much one of those, like, I trust the process, because the end result I think is really beautiful. Different companies have different rendering styles, and it's going to be up to you to decide if different companies' rendering styles are going to be your taste. A lot of this is personal preference. So I will say that I was really happy with the finished result on this, and the popping drills aside, which again, I know they would have sent me replacements, this was a really enjoyable kit to work on. Again, this was Totoro. This is from Diamond Shop and Sybil Art. This was my 3rd finish of the month, my 13th finish of 2022, and my 76th finish ever. So this is my last finish for April. I'm going to move this aside and show you my whips that I have going into the month of May. So this first whip that I have going into May, this is another new release from Diamond Art Club from their 4th anniversary celebration. The name of this kit is New Friends. It's by Mandy Manzano, who's one of the Diamond Art Club, kind of their OGs as far as their artists go. And I started this during the countdown live that I did at the very end of the month for the 4th anniversary celebration. This is one of those kits that had been sent to me as a sneak peek, and I thought it would be really fun to work on during the live. Now, it's a couple of days into May at this point, and so I suppose in the interest of full disclosure, just because, I actually only had, I think, the first 2 sections completed, like draw a line here, like these 2 sections. I think I just had those 2 completed going into the month of May, but I've been working on this the past couple of days just a little bit. And so I didn't get super far, but I did get a start on this one before the month ended. It is, let me see, I can see the dimensions down here. It's 56 by 56 centimeters and has 46 colors and square diamonds, including 4 ABs, and they did not skimp on the ABs one bit. You can see that pale yellow AB, they just have huge amounts of it here on the bottom left, along with like a blue AB that's really pretty. And and there's that white AB we have in a lot of these bubbles throughout. This has been really easy to work on. There's been tons of color blocking, and so it's gone very quickly. But I am enjoying working on it so far. It's nice to have something that feels very springy in terms of these really pretty pale pastels. I do feel like I've been working on a lot of Diamond Art Club kits lately, and so I am looking forward to mixing it up a little bit in the month of May. I kitted up with you guys in my most recent whip and chat, a kit from Enabler's Outpost that I'm looking forward to working on. Not that I don't adore Diamond Art Club, but one of my goals for just this year in general is to be mixing it up as far as trying out new companies and stuff like that each month. But before I dive too much more into goals for the month, this, like I said, this was the first whip that I have going into May. Again, the name is New Friends, and she's working out beautifully. My second whip, I kind of already have it a little bit packed away, but I'll pop a picture up here on the screen for you guys. The second whip that I have going into May is my epic level cross-stitch conversion project. So I'm taking the cross-stitch chart for this piece, Dragon Race into the Night by the artist Rose Kahn. The cross-stitch chart is from Heaven and Earth Designs, but I'm converting it to a diamond painting on a blank canvas. So I'm using a cross-stitch pattern in Pattern Keeper and counting spaces and all of that to create this painting on a blank canvas. It has a total of 88 colors and square diamonds, and the canvases and the diamonds themselves are all from Cooper Diamonds. I did a check-in video with you guys during the month of April where I just kind of shared a progress and update on this project because I did finish this first quadrant in the month of April. If you'd like to see me go into lots of detail, including some close-ups and whatnot, I'm going to point you back to that video. I definitely recommend taking a look if you enjoy following along with that project. I also have a playlist going for that project, and I haven't started my next panel just yet, but I really appreciate all the feedback that you guys shared about which I should start on next. I think I'm going to be working on the upper right quadrant next. So I'm really looking forward to starting that in the month of May. Speaking of the month of May, some goals that I have for this month and what you can expect to see here on my channel. I am hoping to maybe pull out a kit to participate in the Star Wars and Space Diamonds event that my friend Lindsay at Emeralds and Fairy Lights is co-hosting, and we'll see if I can work in a kit for that particular event. I don't really have any other events necessarily in mind, but we'll see. This one I kind of decided to work on as an unofficial like mermaid diamond paint along for myself. I was like, mermaid, I'll kind of keep that theme for myself, but I would like to spend a good amount of time on the cross stitch conversion project this month, especially because starting in June, I will be co-hosting Summer with the Masters with my friend Jessica at Tiny Worlds of Wonder. That's a 2-month event. I have a lot of kits in mind and in hand to work on for that event, and so I want to spend May kind of working on some things, checking off some boxes before I feel like I'm spending a lot of my time and energy on Summer with the Masters. I've already kitted up, and I'll actually go ahead and show you because I happen to have it handy, but I kitted up, I haven't worked on this kit from Enabler's Outpost. I'll be working on this here at the beginning of May as well. This is called My Sword, and it's from Indie Creates. It's kitted up, but I haven't placed any diamonds yet, or, sectioned it off or put washi on the border or anything, but I love this kit and I'm really looking forward to working on it this month. As far as videos go, I think it's going to be kind of a lot of the same thing, but I'm spending some time being a little bit introspective and thinking like, what are some ways that I can refresh things a bit, maybe change up what some of my content tends to look like, see if there's ways I feel like I can improve and hopefully share things that are even more helpful and fun for you guys. All right, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. You can probably hear that my voice is starting to fade, but thank you for joining me for this recap for the month of April. I really enjoy, like I said, doing these reveals and month in reviews with you guys. I would love to hear if there's anything in particular you'd like to see me work on in the month of May, and feel free to share as well if there are any projects that you've worked on yourself during April. I'd love to hear about what your progress in crafting has looked like. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. I hope that you're having an amazing day. Before you head out, if you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up, I would super appreciate it. And if you're not already subscribed and you'd like to see more diamond painting content from me, feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you. All right, my friends, have a really wonderful rest of your day, and I'll chat with you in the next one. Bye.